Have you ever wanted a safe and loving place to come to spark that good feeling in yourself? Well, you've arrived. Welcome to the Om Show with Tanya Butson. In this space, Tanya encourages you to view yourself through love. This new energy allows you to become brave, to take the first step towards healing and thriving. Get ready to step into a level of self-worth. Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Butson, and you are listening to the Om Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour. Each Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, we will have some of the most interesting stories, tips, and guests helping you to be all that you are. Today, I have the immense pleasure to interview a very special guest and loyal supporter of Organically Metta. Jack Ing, aka Jack from Canada, is here today. Jack and I are going to go tete-a-tete on the topic of marriage and working the light. I am very pleased to be joined by this wonderful man, Jack Ing. Jack has been in the paint manufacturing business for over 36 years as a shipping supervisor, owns his own car window tinting business, and in his spare time likes to reno homes, build landscape projects, and hang out at some tropical destinations. I welcome to the Om Show, Jack from Canada.
Hi, Tanya. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm nervous, but we'll get through this.
Well, I figured you might be a little bit nervous, so why don't we start with a really quick grounding meditation to calm you down? And the listeners can join us unless you are driving your car, then don't participate, please. All right, just wiggle your shoulders there and relax. Close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And just exhale it out through your mouth. Again, another one in through your nose. And out through your mouth. One more time in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Good. I got you in the present moment. And we are going to work at just grounding the energy here right now so that we are calm and ready to have a great interview together. So with your mind's eye, I want you to envision this beautiful white light shining above you. And that white light trickles across the top of your head and down your forehead, across your face, down your neck, over your shoulders. You're covering in white light now, over your heart chakra and down to your abdomen, down into the root chakra. It comes down both arms and down to the fingertips. You are covered in that white light from your torso upward now. And it continues to go down like roots, like a tree, down your legs, over your knees, down your calves and into your feet. And then it continues down into the floor of the room that you are in and down through the foundation of the home and then down into the earth where it reaches and stretches and pushes down like roots of a tree into the core of Mother Earth, where there you are rooted in that white, beautiful light. And she nourishes you from that point with her bounty, pushing it all the way back up that root system, up into you, giving you courage and might, bravery, confidence, self-esteem, filling you up with bright white energy and allowing you to be calm and ready for a fun and happy hour on the Om Show. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out. Another deep breath in. And exhale it out through your mouth. And one last time in through your nose. And sigh it out. And when you are ready, open your eyes back up and come back to this time and space, to the show. Back to reality. So, are you feeling a bit more calm?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, just be yourself. And spirit's just going to guide this conversation where it's meant to go and what we're going to talk about. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell the listeners, who is this Jack from Canada who frequently calls into the show and gives his perspective on whatever I'm talking about on the show? You've had a perspective on that and how that's enhanced your life. So go ahead. Who are you?
Obviously, as you know, my name is Jack Ing, and 36 years in a paint factory. It's uncommon for a lot of employment to last this long in as a job. And I'm very fortunate to still be employed with them, and they're a great company. People I work with are awesome, and I love my job. And you gotta love your job, or you're gonna hate waking up every morning, going to work, and doing the hustle and bustle. Um, I guess a while ago, I've been divorced. I have four children, two original or biological, and then two step sons. Um, Things have changed since then. After I found out we're getting divorced, my life was like I thought my life was over. There's nothing like what is out there. Is there actually love out there? Um, Stress and don't. What kept me together is the four kids, and that was like everything. And it didn't matter what happened. Well, I didn't know where I was gonna go, what I was gonna do. Um, but I had my four kids, and we just managed, and we worked that out together. We lived together. We did everything together, and it was great. But I always felt there's something else out there. There's got to be more than what I have for happiness. No, four kids, yeah, that's the ultimate. Made me happy, but there's something else. I needed a partner to, I guess, do the same things I wanted to do, think the same way, have the same morals, just everything. And I've always thought about like going on Match.com, and I always hear about that. It's like, no, is it real? Is it true? Are people just lying about their profiles? Um, but I went on there, and um, I don't know, like my profile, just people say that like it's a very long profile. Some people joke about my 27 pictures that I have on there. But I was on there because I wanted to let whoever was interested in me know who I actually am, and nothing to hide, just what I do, and my kids, and a cat lover at that, and non-smoker. Like there's a lot of things that you want in a partner, similarities, and it was searching and searching, and there's spiritual. I believe in God and the universe, and there's something out there, a higher power, but I never really knew a lot about it. And it was and you hear about meditation. I've heard about meditation where it does calm you, and anything that stress, your health issues. Like there's a lot of things that meditation can help with, and just looking out and finding somebody maybe that is into that spiritual aspect, And it's I don't know, after you date several people and until you find the right person. And there was one person that caught my eye, and I kept scrolling through it and never thought anything of it. And I actually came back to that same person, and it was there's something about her, about um, I guess you have to feel that person. You never met that person, but you just know that there's something that it's this connection that you have to find out more about that person. And we dated, and it was like a wow. It was like during the dates, it was like no, I was like no. You say people say you're sweaty, you feel sweaty and nervous and you shake, and I felt all that, and it's like I didn't know what was going on. If this person was the right one for me. Um, but dating more and more with this person, it just intrigued me, and knowing she was spiritual, and it's something that attracted me to her. It was like I manifested somebody that I what I wanted, and that person came to me, and it was like I kept thinking about that person. We talked on the phone for hours, and it was maybe I don't know, like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then that person was telling me about Rogers, how your bill is gonna go up. And say, no, I don't think it will. That go up? And just like freaking out on that. And but she calmed me down and she brought me back to. She grounded me to stay calm. Everything's gonna work out. Things happen for a reason, and I truly believe that. And from then on, it was you could say like magical. I just couldn't get enough of that person. So,
We've got to go to the first break. So are you going to reveal who the first person is?
oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll let you know.
Who is it?
Oh, before I thought you wanted to come back. Okay, before her name is Tanya Butson.
Oh, so there's your secret. Jack from Canada, the biggest fan of the show, is actually my husband. And I had to really coax him onto the show today. So, um, I sure did. And yeah, we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit about divine and masculine and divine feminine traits, and then hop back into this little love story. And yeah, I think we may just have shocked a few viewers. So let's take a break. You're listening to the Show with Tanya Butson. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to learn more about the connection between Jack and myself. Stay tuned. We're back on the Show with Tanya Butson. Before we continue, I want to make sure everyone knows how to contact me. You can reach me on my website, organicallymetta.ca, or you can email me at organicallymetta@outlook.com. I have amazing services, Heal Your Life coaching, based on the philosophies of Louise Hay, Reiki in person, and long distance, intuitive readings, and meditation. These services get clients results. Message me for your appointment and let's get working together and create your best life. So, I've been talking to Jack from Canada, and before the break, he made the big reveal that he's actually my husband who's been calling in while he's at work, well, sneaking in, listening to the Show live. And he has been calling in when he has his lunch because it's noon here in Canada. So he's on his lunch break and he's calling in and giving him his perspective of whatever I'm talking about in that particular show and how it might have impacted him. So the first time he called in, I was a little bit surprised because Jack is a little bit shy. He's not like me at all in this. I like to perform, I danced, I've done lots of workshops in front of people. I don't have troubles with this kind of thing, but this is not your style at all, which kind of leads me into what I wanted to talk about the lifestyle you lived versus my lifestyle and how we connected, because it was quite opposite. But you did, I think what you were trying to say in the first segment was that when you were on the dating site, that it was some sort of energetic connection, a pull, and you kept going back. And while you were doing that, I was doing the same thing at my end. In fact, I saw you the first time is on that site, and then I quit the site for a few months, and then I went back on, and there you were again. So, so I believe I reached out to you though.
You did.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you did reach out to me.
I reached out to you, and I'll tell you why I reached out to you, and you probably know why. You had 27 photos, which is, you're supposed to have like six, that's the way to do it. But you had 27 photos, and there was three that were super impressive, and like it was like the fishing reel to reel you in. There was a photo of you building or taking something down. So to me, that was showing like this divine masculine that you can work, you can get dirty, you're industrious. And then there was a photo with your mother, and then there was a photo with you and your cats. And I went, there's that this isn't a profile like I have seen on this dating site before. So that was what sparked my interest in you. And while I'm talking about that, I just wanted to mention about the divine masculine and exactly what divine masculinity is. And it's marked by that male energy of action. And it represents leadership, taking charge, and doing. And in your photos, you were busy. You were very busy doing things. I didn't see any photos of you laying on a couch, for instance. And the traits of divine masculine are confidence, protection, mature, disciplined, responsible, logical, stoic, and assertive. And then the divine feminine, that's the energy that flows through all of life. It is expressed by nature's cycles. It's very earthy, and the feminine energy goes along with the rhythms of the earth. It radiates throughout each phase of the moon, including the dark moon. And that energy is creativity, eroticism, and lots of emotion, and all things that flow with grace and egoless power. So I really do think, in very subtle ways, you're the divine masculine to my divine feminine. You're not too masculine for I don't yeah, you're not too masculine, and I can call myself and be very flowy and feminine, but I have a lot of masculine traits too. But I really feel like that is a divine connection between the two of us that maybe neither one of us really realized either. So I kind of curious to know what your take is on that thought too. And basically, your lifestyle was very different than mine. So give me your 2 cents on this.
Well, your masculinity, yeah, because you wear the pants in the family, so that's right there tells me you're masculine. You take charge. You're in control,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And I know that. As your profile pictures, and I think there's maybe one or two that stood out was um, the background, the lake. I guess it was Petrock Lake that you're at, or I think it was Stony Lake, one or the other. I know there was one with the cottage, which I loved, and the one with you in the background, actually the lake in the background. If you had a plaid shirt on, I know you're not a country person and that, but you know you put that on there as like that's some masculinity as well. So,
Pink
but
and
it's
purple.
but it's I think it was your eyes. It was there's something that just spoke to me that I just couldn't keep my eyes off of you, and it was just yeah, and then your profile, then your descriptions, and how you're amazing mom. Like it shows for
Thank
your
you.
kids. Um, Everything you do, it's amazing. Like you have so many tasks at hand, you still manage to do something else that I forget to do, and I probably only have one task to do. So to me,
That's the divine masculine.
that, that you're probably right. And but you're helping me learn more of that and be more, I guess, organized. Or I'm all over the place. I have so many tasks. I do too many things. Um, it's just that I think I'd be lost without you, which is huge. Um, Saying you're always right, you know, you are. I hate to admit it, but you know, you're always right. And then there's days that I'm gonna be adamant in saying that, yeah, no, I am right. This is the way it was, and this is the way it is. And then 5 minutes later, ends up being the way you asked for it and the way you thought it was going to be, and it worked out. So yeah, it's an ego thing, which is no, I guess a lot of guys have egos, and I'm sure a lot of women have egos too, and
Hmm.
that can butt heads with each other. But I'm learning.
I have a
Well,
big ego.
uh,
I'm
you have
an
a big
Aries. I definally butt heads with your Taurus.
yeah, with Taurus is
Yes,
stubborn.
yes.
Yeah, and I totally believe that. But I think we complement each other, which is amazing. You know what I mean? You being stubborn and all that, believe that with you complimenting me, I can get back to reality and saying, I need to listen. I need to communicate. And that's the biggest issue is communication. And I still struggle a little bit with it. I'm learning, but yeah, that to me is the hardest trait or hardest, I wouldn't say a bad habit.
Yeah.
It's yeah, but you're teaching me all that. And there's days that you sound like you are mean and
Jesus.
but but I know
Yeah,
but I know
okay.
you're not.
Got an ego. I'm mean. I wear the
No,
pants. I'm always right. I sound like the divine masculine, I think.
but it goes both ways. You are feminine as well because when it comes down to the kids, any of them being sick or they need anything, you're the first one there. You're what you want, what you need. You drive halfway across the country for your daughter. Like, who does that? On your own in the winter. I couldn't do it. And I
Blizzards. Yeah.
like
That's
I'm and
that's a mother's love. That's a mother's love. Like that's what a parent does. Your child is in need, and the only way to get there is by car, by yourself in the winter in the mountains. You go.
yeah, and you going there and coming back. Like I am super proud of you. I could never do that. And I'll admit it. And for you to do that on your own, like yeah, you're one of a kind. I am so grateful and blessed to have you in my life.
Thank you. But you're one of a kind too, because you're not like, okay, you're number 17 of my big dating spree there. Uh, and I can tell you the fellas that I dated off that dating site were not like you whatsoever. You're special and you know it because people flock to you. And with that being said, we will continue this after the break. You got to hold that thought that you are special in your own right. So I'd like to make sure we have plenty of time to talk about that when we get back. I'm Tanya Butson. You are listening to The Om Show. Let's take a short break. Stay tuned. We will be right back. Oh, we are back on the Om Show with Tanya Butson, and we were talking to Jack Ing and his experience being married to someone like me. I'm not sure how it's going so far for me, but Jack seems to be enjoying himself now that he's calmed down and has taken over the show. So let's carry on with the conversation and speak to mindsets, speak to why you're so special, Jack. Do you know what you bring to the table and why I consider you a light worker as well?
Maybe because I'm giving. I do a lot for everybody. If I'm doing something and somebody else wants something on the weekend to do, I'll fit them in and I'll make it work for them. I always want to make somebody happy, and never if I can't do something for them, it upsets me. It makes me feel like well, I just failed. Um, but I know that's not the case. You can only give so much of yourself, and I know you've taught me that. You can give a lot to people, but you got to give to yourself as well. And coming to self love, I probably the reason why I give a lot to everybody else because I lack self love to myself, and that's hard to accept or take. But nobody's ever said that to me. But I believe it. If I know there's a lot of issues too where um if you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. You can't give a lot. You can't give your all to everybody. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. Um, it's just I'm a giving person, but I give more out than I take in for myself.
Yes,
And
you're very generous. You have a very generous heart, and you have troubles receiving and saying, like you can't take a compliment, you can't
yeah,
receive
you're right.
something, you just say, you can't say you're welcome, you got to justify everything. And that is probably the part of the self-love that was lacking that you're talking about, is that when you feel that you deserve the compliment or you deserve what the money that somebody's giving you or the gift that somebody's giving you, then you can take it graciously and say thank you and feel really good about it. And then that fills the cup to be able to give. Because when you were giving and giving and giving, what was happening to your life force energy?
Draining, like
Hmm.
low energy,
Yeah, it was wearing you out. And that's the concern with, you know, giving of yourself so much when you're not giving to yourself first. Here's the example. You can only run your truck so far before it runs out of diesel. And then you got to go fill it back up. And then it, runs really well for you again. So you got to fill up your own cup before you are generous. But that is what makes you, whether it's at work with the people that you work with, you're such a generous boss. You are so kind to the guys that work directly under you. The ladies, at work love you, that you always at Valentine's Day give them a little either a flower or chocolates or both. And your mama loves you so much. And yeah, you're just loved. And I can tell you from just on my personal pages of social media, uh, you got your own little fan club under the Tanya Butson Facebook page. I just sit there and I go, what is going on? This is my page. But Jack's getting all the loves and all the likes. So you attract this um adoration now because you are loving yourself. So, you like attracts alike. So if you are putting out more love for yourself, you're going to get more love back. And that is,
Yeah,
yeah.
I truly believe that. You're teaching me a lot. That's the whole point of it because I've always had lack of confidence, lack of like doing something different, like going on the Ohm show. Like that's out of my realm. Like I couldn't do that, but you talked me into it. And it's like I'll always support you no matter what, and here I
I'm a
am.
good sales lady. I can tell you that.
You sure are. But yeah, before I never knew all this until I met you, and spiritually, you taught me a lot, and I think I've grown a lot. And I remember going for walks around the block, and I always had some kind of comment on saying, "Oh, why would somebody put that color on the wall?" Or I would have put a bigger driveway in, or no, what kind of car is that? Why would he be driving that? I would drive a Cadillac or something like that. And you would always tell me to stop being that person, stop judging people, stop criticizing, and accept who people are, what they have, and if you can't do that, then you're basic. I guess you're saying I'm ashamed of what I have or don't have, lack.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you've opened my eyes for a lot of reasons, and like oracle cards, like what are those? Like, and when I pick them, oh my God, they're like spot on. It's like, what the heck? Like to
Mhm.
believe in that and meditation. I used to meditate. I used to just like I don't know how to meditate. I went to your
I
first
can't
meditation.
meditate. I can't meditate. You're
No,
just like everybody else. I can't meditate. Can you
yeah,
meditate? Tell
yes, I
everybody.
can.
Can you
But
meditate?
when I went to the first meditation with you, it's like I'm sure I fell asleep, and probably the second time. But then it started getting better, and the hard part was staying focused. You hear some noise, and then whatever you're thinking, your mind's gone off somewhere else, or then like you 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 get an itch, you're like restless. But I've come to the point where I'm feeling comfortable now, where I can. It's the breathing part. The breathing part is a huge part, and I totally believe it works. It helps on health. I remember having cutting the grass. I don't know, I could be like overweight or not fit, but I had struggle struggle cutting the grass, just breathing, and you get a little bit of chest pain, just not serious chest pains, just little chest pains. And I just remember you telling me to calm yourself is to breathe. And while I was cutting the grass, I was breathing slowly. I always say, when I inhale, I go inhale, I go healthy, and then I exhale sickness. Like that's what I do. I inhale and I say I'm healthy, and then exhale, I have no disease. Like I mean, I constantly, even in bed, it doesn't matter where I am, I'll do that, and like within minutes, it's like it's gone, and I'm back to like reality. I'm like back to normal. It calms you. It's like I wouldn't believe it unless you do it, unless you try it and do it. And I try to come to every meditation circles that you have, and when I miss it, yeah, I feel that I wish I was there because they're amazing. I love them. Doesn't matter. And the one we just had, the walk in the cemetery, that was amazing. That was the best part of it was leaning against the tree. He told everybody to lean against the tree, to feel to be grounded. I did that. I had a shoulder pain for I would say almost say a month now, and I just leaned back and I'm saying, okay, the tree. I says, take all my pain away. Take it all in. So I felt like the tree was taken. I put my right shoulder against the tree bark, and it felt like it was taking it away. It may sound weird, but I literally thought it was like it was going away, the pain. And I get this ringing in my ear. Like the whole time we were in the cemetery, I got ringing in my ear. Once we
Yeah.
left, it was gone, the ringing. And then I could tell you right now that my shoulder is a lot better.
Wow.
No no pain medicine, nothing.
Wow.
I still need to book a Reiki treatment with you.
Yeah, I know you do. I know. Um, I make Jack. I am so busy. I make Jack, if he wants Reiki, he has to book a time with me. The only one that doesn't need to book a time with me is Albert Einstein, my cat. He gets it regularly. But yes, that meditation in the cemetery was amazing. So many people had such the results were great. But what was happening to you, particularly with the ringing in the ears, and it happened while you were there, is because you were connected to source. You were connected to Gaia, Mother Earth. You were connected to yourself. And that ringing is a sign, it's an ascension symptom of raising your vibration and frequency up into higher dimensions. And that's what the whole point of meditation is one, to learn the breath, to calm yourself down, to stop being distracted, to connect with earth, to connect with your higher power. And that can be God. They say that praying is the asking of what you're wanting, and meditation is listening to what God answers back to you. So, with that being said, you asked for your shoulder pain to be taken away. Those trees are massive in that cemetery. I don't doubt for a moment that you were given the gift of health through the energy of that tree. And the ringing of the ears is completely 100%. You were in a different state of consciousness in that moment. That place that night was beautiful. It was beautiful. I got to take another break. So feel free to send an email to organicallymetta@outlook.com or DM me on Facebook or Instagram. I always love connecting with people from all over the world. We're going on a quick break, and when we return, we will keep the conversation going with Jack. We will be right back. Welcome back. Jack from Canada and I have been chatting up the topics of marriage and spirituality and how it plays a part in the roles of our marriage. Let's continue this hot conversation because we finished the last segment talking about you raising your consciousness and not even knowing it. And that is very important to me because I live my life daily doing what we call work and spirituality, clearing out my traumas, dealing with my dark shadows of the past, ancestral trauma, generational trauma, and daily. For years, I've been doing this work to raise my consciousness into the higher dimensions. And you, by osmosis, by being around me, Me being such the loudmouth you say I am. I I think it's by osmosis you just kind of pick up some of this stuff, but quite frankly, it is kind of a prerequisite to be married to me that you come along with this journey. And so that kind of leads me to the topic of twin flames and soulmates. So the twin flames are thought to be one soul split into two bodies searching for each other, and there's this longing that there's something missing from themselves as they're searching for this twin flame of theirs. And then the soulmate is simply two separate souls that are extraordinarily connected and linked to one another, and they feel that like energetic connection, that there is that energetic connection for somewhere out there, and they're ready to meet one another. So two separate is the soul, and two separate souls that are from one so two bodies that belong to one soul is the twin flames. Twin flames, though, those relationships I have read can become very toxic, unlike the soulmate connection, which tends to be more stable. So, would you consider our relationship twin flame or soulmate, and why?
Um, I thought about it, and I consider us twin flames. I don't know about the toxic part of it. There could be some to it, but I don't believe that that's a bad thing. Um, yeah, my personality and your personality, we're different but the same. There's traits that I have that you need, and there's traits that you have that I have that you need, and vice versa. As in, like I'm a caring person. I give everything to whoever. But then, as the spiritual part of it, there's a lot of parts on your side that I need to learn, and I am learning, and it's feeling I'm being filled up with that, and it's helping me a lot. Journaling. I don't journal. I said, what is that? And writing. Like I don't write and I don't read. I'd read, but not like a book novel. But my accomplishment after doing a journal, a book, it took me 5 weeks to finish a book journaling. That's dedication. That's like doing it day in, day out. Manifesting, you know what I mean? Abundance. Like I totally believe in that. And I was so proud of myself to finish it in 5 weeks. And that's because you pushed me. Then this is no, this is the good thing that I need in my life. And you showed me that. And you compliment me on what I'm missing. And I truly believe that's why there's a twin flame. And as in, you could say, hands-on skills, me fixing things and building things, you're okay with it. But for me showing you how to do that, like you wow me. Like you're right into it. You have no problems. You don't whine about it. It's oh, let me show me how to do this, and you get right in. You cut holes in drywalls on the ceiling, and you get dirty. Like I love that, and to me, that's a big accomplishment. I think for you to be skilled at that because you're skilled at what you do. Like, I mean, you're amazing at what you do, and that's why you have Organically Meta. And I'm so grateful that you have it. Everybody should be right on with this and sign up. Like, I mean, there's I don't know reason why people don't do that, but that's their issues. I am grateful that I have you in my life to do this. And what a better way, what a better teacher, and it's my wife to be doing this day in day out. And,
I'd say you're the
and
luckiest man on earth.
I am. And you do your heal your life course. I get that every day from you.
Yeah.
You're teaching me to grow, and I'm hoping that I teach you to grow every day as well. So yeah, and vision boards, abundance. Like, how do I get abundance? Like, you do a vision board. What do you want? You put that out there. I remember putting houses on there, cars, money. I think it was the first year. I think the first year I met you, when it came to money, I came in abundance of money for like it came out of the blue for no reason. Like, I mean, I would never have thought of doing a vision board, manifesting, and like you mean you're
You manifested the first week that we were dating after our long conversations into the middle of the night. You manifested a sports car to take me out on my first
oh yeah, I
date with
remember
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. My son's friend came over, bought a brand new Mustang, and jokingly, in my head, I was thinking, "Oh, that'd be a nice car to pick you up on your second date." And then I just brought it. I just, just nonchalant said it to him. Hey, well, you need the car for tonight. They were going camping, so he was going to leave his car there. And he just goes, puts in his pocket, hands, here's the key. Take it. I went, what? He just bought this car. And it must have been maybe 2 days, and then he lent it to me. That was like, wow. I thought about it, and it came true.
Yep. That's how easy it is. It is.
For sure.
So interesting enough, I disagree with you about what we are. I think we're soulmates. And I was surprised that you said twin flames. I don't resonate at all with twin
No,
flames. Um, no. Anything that comes up on, in my feeds about twin flames, I don't resonate with it. I resonate more with soulmates because, well, that's probably because I'm such an independent person that I don't like anybody kind of impeding in on my individuality. I am my own person. I stand in my own 2 feet. And but I have in my heart chakra this immense connection with someone else, which happens to be you, because when we are aligned and connected, we know each other's, the telepathy between each other is very on point, where we say the same thing at the same time. And that to me is the soulmate, because there's that extraordinary link or connection between us, that we have the same thoughts at the same time. Now when we're disconnected, you're Taurus, I'm an Aries, it's a heck of a mess. And
for sure.
it's very obvious. It's too, like, it's, a ram and a bull going at it in a
Oil
field.
and water. Oil and water. Yeah. Oh,
So
for sure.
So I don't know. You're
Can
right.
we
I'm
have?
right. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. It was just kind of a fun, because now maybe somebody's going to go search. Oh, what are these things? Divine masculine, twin flames.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that or whatever. So, any last minute thoughts about living with such a weirdo like myself?
You're not weird at all. You keep me grounded. You keep me safe. You keep me whole. Like I feel the love every day from you, and I've never had that in my past relationships. So yeah, I am grateful. I am blessed. Pray, I pray for you every day, and I look forward to coming home every day. And it's amazing. Like everybody should have somebody like you.
Oh, well, everybody should have somebody like you as
Thank
well.
you.
And how do you feel now about, so in my coaching, I'm really, really gentle. I'm really, really, I'm empathetic a lot. I attract a lot of women in difficult relationships, and it's very relatable to me. And so I'm very gentle, I'm very empathetic to them. But when they're just not choosing to heal, I get a little bit tough with my love. So, um, I'm just curious to know, like with us, I could get a little tough with my love with you and say, Jack, you need to be on the Om show. You need to get out of your comfort zone. And so how do you feel about me giving you a little tough love, like maybe 36 hours ago, and said, we're doing this Friday, by the way.
Yes. No, I totally agree with you. You need that in your life. You can't just be gentle. It's like tough love. You know what I mean? You know it's good for you, but somebody's got to kick you in the butt to get it started. And you did that, and I feel great talking to you. Like, yeah,
It's a great,
before I didn't want to do it. Now it's like, oh, when's the next one?
you're a superstar. I bet you this video is going to get the most views out of the 20. I think this is the 23rd one. It's going to have the most views because Jack from Canada has been with us today. So if you
Can I
want
say one more? If we
to,
have time for one more, I can say one
no,
more. No? Okay, well, I guess I'll
I
have to
got
be
to
next
close
one.
this out. You got to
Okay.
save it for the next one. An encore. If you want to take the leap and change your life 360, contact me, Tanya at Organically Metta. I am helping real people find authentic solutions to life's problems and move into being all that you are. To learn more about my business and services from Organically Metta, go check out Facebook and Instagram. You can also reach me directly at organicallymetta.ca and organicallymetta at outlook.com. To start the journey of remembering who you are and creating your best life, I leave you with 3 words to say each week. Jack, what are they? I
I love
love
myself.
myself. I want to thank you all for tuning into the show. I am deeply thankful for your presence and time. I'm feeling very
Thank you.
loved and supported having Jack on the show. Thank you, Jack. What a
Thank you.
great last episode here with you. Thank you, Jack. Next week on the show, it's going to be a good one. And Jack, you manifested this show actually because you wanted me to do it on sound vibration. And this came out of the blue to me. Sasha Thoman of Tune Into Flow. She'll be here talking about the biofield tuning, which is the tuning forks.
Awesome.
In the meantime, make it great, and we'll see you here again next week. You have been listening to The Show with Tanya Butson on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, where Tanya encourages you to experience yourself through love. This new energy allows you to become brave, to take the first step towards healing and thriving. Shift from longing to creating, to discover that there is something better. You will never ever have to settle for being in a state of perpetual darkness again. For more information, visit organicallymetta.ca. Again, organicallymetta.ca.